guys? Welcome back to my channel. This is the series about how to start your own fashion brand. Last week we went over how to create your brand name and logo. If you missed that, I went ahead and linked that video below for you guys to go back and watch. This is going to be step 2, involving kind of the business logistics behind getting the legal rights and trademark rights to the brand name now that you have it. So without further ado, let's get started. So it's pretty common sense when you want to start your own business that you need a name and logo. But what a lot of people kind of glaze over at the very beginning is getting the legal rights to the name and the trademark. I know it seems kind of hard to tackle when it is such a big learning curve, at least for myself it was, but there are proactive steps you can take in order to get the legal rights and be sure that you are following all of the legal laws in order to be operating properly with your name and logo. So let's start with the basics. What is a trademark? A trademark can be defined as a word, phrase, symbol, or design, or a combination of any of these, legally registered or established by use as representing a company or product. So to be clear, there are no laws that you have to register your name or trademark, your logo. I just highly recommend doing this in the beginning to save yourself the stress and heartache down the road if you do run into copyright issues or legal issues. There are two types of trademarks. There's unregistered and registered. There are some differences between the two. If you have a registered trademark, you definitely get more protection on a federal level. So let's take a step back and kind of break down all this legal verbiage I just threw at you, because Lord knows I had to really break it down when I was doing it, because it's definitely something you want to do right. And it's kind of out of my realm of expertise when it comes to the legal logistics of starting a business. Many new business owners start off with an unregistered trademark, like myself, because when you file to be a business within the state you're operating out of and you get approved as an LLC or DBA, doing business as, it automatically gives you an unregistered trademark within your state. So what this means is it gives you protection on a state level that no one else can file your business name, be an official business. So for example, someone in the state of New Jersey, where I'm operating out of, aka my apartment, can't file to be Carter June, no matter what industry it is. I am protected at a state level. So this means the other 49 states, you have no protection. Someone in Colorado, for example, could file Carter June and have their own Carter June LLC. This is something that I did to start, but then I went ahead and did a registered trademark, which I highly recommend. And when you're first starting, like I said, the first month or so when I was operating, I did only do the unregistered, but getting a registered trademark is very important in my opinion. So let's go over that right now. So registering a trademark with the U.S. Patent and Trademark Office is a little more involved than when filing to get your business approved as an LLC or DBA at a state level. But what this does is it does give you protection in the remaining 49 states and just at a federal and individual state level. So I highly recommend doing this within the first few months of operations of your brand, because then it just helps you so much in the future and you know you're covered and you just don't have to worry about it anymore. Registering for a US federal trademark protection, it gives you significantly more benefits and legal rights than an unregistered trademark. So I do highly recommend doing this. It gives you protection for your name and logo in all 50 states and allows you to use that little R trademark symbol that you see next to pretty much all brands and businesses and products that are registered at a federal level. So I highly recommend this. It takes a little more time, but it is incredibly worth it at the end. On top of securing your brand name and logo, this does allow you to have legal rights on a national level for your domain, meaning like your website. No one else can then use your website, making it very accessible for your customers. So for me, being an e-commerce only business right now, that's super important. I want to have that locked down. Just save me the headache later. It also gives you the trademark rights to all of your social media. So no one can use the same @Carter June Official
on social media platforms, which, as I've mentioned in previous videos, social media is the best form of free marketing. So I think it's really important to get those nailed down as well and just be protected, and then you're set for the future.
So, how do you register a trademark? You need to file the registration with the US Patent and Trademark Office. This can be done online. It costs approximately $325. It's a one time processing fee. It can take about 6 to 12 months in order to get approved and have the official federal legal protection, which is why it is important to file your company for the unregistered trademark by getting approved as an LLC or a DBA at the state level to start, because that approval takes much less time than the 6 to 12-month time frame for a registered trademark. Before submitting your registration and going through all that documentation and then having to wait 6 to 12 months to see if you're approved or not approved, I highly recommend to go into the trademark website, which I've linked below for you all to be able to reference if you do choose to take these steps. And you can search in their database to see what brand names and logos have been trademarked. It searches everything within the US. It's such a good tool to use. For example, when I first started, wanted to use the name Dear June. When I went into this database, I realized that someone else already had the rights to the name and their own logo. And shockingly, it was another fashion brand, which I thought was kind of funny, given it could be literally any industry that they use the name for. So if you don't do the search about if your name has been taken, for example, if I didn't look for Dear June, you would be rejected right away and you would lose your $325 payment, which would really suck because obviously startup costs are all very important and you need to make sure your money is going into the right place. So I highly, highly recommend doing that search process first and making sure the name is available so that way you don't waste your time and your money. So once you hit send on your application for registering your name and logo, your work is done. You're able to then just sit back and relax for 6 to 12 months and wait for them to officially say that you've been registered. And then you'll get the documentation and officially have your rights. And when you search what names are registered, your brand name will come up and now you know you're legally protected at a federal level. I really hope this helped all of you to be able to think about more of the business logistics side, because as much fun as it is to do all of the design part, which obviously is my favorite part, the business side is still very important. So go ahead and no matter what, get your unregistered trademark, file as an LLC or a DBA, and get that state level protection to start. Please let me know if you guys have any other questions. And yeah, till next time, guys. Bye.